What's up, guys? Welcome to NASRA 360 Weekly Podcast. This is episode number 12. I've got, it's April 26th. I've got a little different thing going on tonight. I got Tyler Dittmer is actually co-hosting with me for about the next 15 to 20 minutes. Stephen Thomas is on his way. He's running a little late tonight. And then our guest tonight is Devin Painter. What's up, Devin?
Not much. Just relaxing home, having a
Devin,
peaceful night.
yeah. Devin is the driver of the number 99 Chevrolet for Mission 1 Esports. I did get that right. It is Mission 1, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so for Mission 1, had to confirm that. Devin is a series veteran. He's won a couple races in NASRA, and we're going to talk to him tonight. But first, we're going to run through the series. Tyler, let's start with Friday night. You didn't race Friday night, but you were not in the booth. So did you
No,
watch Friday night?
I watched a little bit of it. It was pretty boring, man. You made it a boring snooze fest, leading 56 of the laps, starting on pole. Pretty dominant performance from you there, Mr. Co-host Adam Newber. Keith Bradley finishing second. Keith Bradley always very good at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, strong run. I would say kind of the shock watching that race was Chris Blanchard puts the truck on the front row, and then he kind of just had a horrible night from then on out. Finished 17th, down 15 spots, well off the pace.
Yeah.
I believe he only led lap one, I want to say.
He started second, and then he just kind of, I don't know what happened to him in the first stage, but then like he short pitted. I think right before the end of stage one, he decided he's going to short pit. He restarted on the front row in stage two, but he comes over the radio and said he was having steering issues. So he quickly fell back.
His fastest lap of the race was on lap two, so he didn't have anything after those first few laps, and that strategy kind of bit him in the rear later on. Interesting to note, though, Adam, you may have dominated the race, but Keith Bradley had his fastest lap almost 0.3 of a second faster than yours. So interesting, he had that short run speed, but didn't have anything to really catch you later on. And you pulled away to over a 2-second lead at the end of that race. It was a great performance, man. I mean, tons of props to you. The points leader, Joey Doucette, finishes third, just continuing his very consistent season. Only has one win, though, on the year with how consistent he's been. Maybe feeling kind of like a Matt Kenza 2004 kind of season I mentioned last week. So we'll see if he moves on. But I think you might have the point standings updated for that series. We can pull that up real quick.
I do. The funny thing about that is Joey he's got 9 top 5s, 11 top 10s. He's got 2 more top 5s than anybody else in the field. He's just been real, like you said, just Mr. Consistent. He's got 1 win. He's going to head into the playoffs with some playoff points and everything. He might pop off a second one this Friday night. We don't know. So it's everybody's opportunity to do that.
Yeah, we're heading to Worldwide Technology Raceway next week. And you mentioned he has a lot of playoff points, but you, Adam, with those 4 wins, will probably have as many playoff points as Doucette does after you factor in his regular season title. It's pretty much locked up at this point. Stephen Thomas, your co-host, who will be joining us here shortly. Another solid top 5 night for him after starting in 11th. One of the bigger movers on the night. Raul Meza started 25th, finished 9th. But our guest tonight, Devin Painter, you started 5th, finished 6th. Pretty much a consistent night all around. Just very interesting seeing how the field kind of stacked out. My problem with Indianapolis is just it gets spread out so quickly, and unless you have good tire or fuel strategy, it kind of can get a little boring. Not saying Adam, what you didn't do wasn't impressive. It was very impressive, but I know sometimes watching as a fan, it can be hard to watch some of these races. But quick shout out to the viewers in the chat right now. We got Scotty, Kyle, and Huck Wigington. But we're gonna move it over. I believe do we have the updated power rankings yet for the Friday night series, Adam?
We do, and just another note on that. I may have. You mentioned I finished, 2.5, kind of ran away with the lead at the end, but that's not really the case. So we got the power rankings up on the screen now, but Keith was actually running me down because he had pitted about 3 laps after I did. And Keith made a very rare mistake that Keith Bradley does not usually do, and he hit the wall coming off turn 3. Just absolutely overdrove the corner, hit the wall. He was probably going to pass me and win that race, but when he did that, that pretty much sealed it up for me.
You mentioned he makes a rare mistake. Unfortunately for Keith, though, I think this is the second time he's actually gotten into the wall at Indianapolis specifically. He's had some really bad luck there. Always had a super fast truck, but unfortunately, Indy does not like him back for how fast he is there. He seems to find his way into that outside wall. Was it off of 2? I don't remember exactly. Off of 3? Oh, so in the short shoot. Yeah, that's always a tough one there, especially later in a run. So
Devin was up there, too. He was really fast that race. He was up top 3, top 4 all night long.
Yeah, I tried stealing one with 2 tires at the end. Didn't work out.
Yeah, it looks like we're looking at these power rankings, though. Stephen Thomas still holds serve at the top. I'm surprised he didn't pass him there, Adam. I mean, no offense to Stephen, but he finished 5th. You get the win, led 56 laps. I mean, what does a guy got to
Well,
do to be number 1 in the power rankings
I
here?
asked Cody about that because, and I was just messing around with Cody about that because I was like, how did I not pass him back? Because last week he passed me, and this week, without winning last week, he passed me, and then I win and win a stage, and I don't pass him. I was like, what the heck, Cody?
Yeah,
And
look
then
at some big movers, too, on that power rankings. I mean, you got what? It looks like Keith Bradley's up, 3 position? It's hard to tell for me to see there. I'm kind of blind, but
yeah, here, this is
Cody
probably
not Cody Knott's up 8 spots. I mean, Jacob Klinkart's back inside the top 10 in the power rankings. He hasn't run a lot of races, but he also finished top 10 in the race. Actually, Depp Racing finally getting all 3 drivers that run full time inside the top 10. So finally, maybe finding some speed for them later in the season. But Sequoia Motorsports 3 in the top 5 is always huge. And Warrior Racing Esports, Raul Meza leading the way for them as well. But Devin, you were the flag bearer for Mission One Esports up there with the best finisher of that race, your teammate Robbie Richards back in 12th.
Yeah, it was a good solid run. I didn't think I had nothing for. I wasn't going to be able to drive up there and pass the guys up front. So I tried short pitting and taking 2 tires, and it gave me a lead, but they were just shot. There was just no way I could hold on. But I tried something different.
Yeah, it's going to get more and more difficult. I mean, I think that what we're interested to see is this week at Worldwide Technology Raceway, I believe, Adam, I mean, a track we saw already in the Monday Night Series earlier this year. It's a challenging track, and we saw a lot of chaos at the end of that race. I think there was 3 cautions at the end there. Drivers were running each other over because it's hard to pass, and tire wear is a huge factor there. So it should be interesting to see how that Friday Night Series handles that.
your tire wear is kind of big. There's going to be a lot of downshifting, especially in 1 and 2. And then the people that are downshifting early and overdriving that truck early on in that run in 1 and 2, they're going to burn those rear tires out. They're not going to have much at the end of the run. And then usually later in the run, if you can do it right, you can downshift on both ends of the racetrack.
Yeah, I think your ability to control your truck while downshifting and then getting up through the gears cleanly, especially off of 2, because you can easily over rev it and that back end will snap around on that truck. I know I've run a couple of races there.
Yeah.
I think it's actually one of the better intermediate tracks we have on the iRacing server because that shifting, we may not like it in our real life NASCAR Cup Series, but it actually makes, I think, for the racing to be so much better in the trucks, especially in iRacing.
It does.
Yeah, just interesting to see. Last race before the playoffs, too, in that Friday night series this weekend. So tune in. There's a bunch of drivers on the bubble you got to keep an eye out for, including Huck Wigington, a couple Blue Line Racing drivers. So it's going to get interesting.
Yeah, Huck tells me. So great fact. I got to meet Huck at we had him on the podcast about a month or so ago. I got to meet Huck at Talladega this weekend. He told me I owed him a beer from Talladega. So I guess that's true. I got to meet Huck and Brady and let's see, Derek Kilgore was down there, James Morris was down there. Got to meet some pretty cool guys down there. It was a lot of fun. The race was boring. I thought the Cup race was kind of boring.
Well, that stage 3 was pretty great, though.
It
Finally
was.
picked up. We got some good 3-wide racing, and they didn't wreck everyone, unlike the Xfinity Series race, where
Yeah.
unfortunately the last 5 laps of the Xfinity Series race was pretty terrible because there was no one left. It was a horrible ending
Yeah.
to a great race.
It was pretty bad. Nobody could pass Jeff Burton at the end. But how about Kyle Larson's car getting the roll cage knocked in as bad as it did?
Actually, that's by design. The driver's side is far more reinforced than the passenger side. I've had Bozy Tazatarovich. He works for Legacy Motor Club. He also works for Lexus in the IMSA series on the GT3 Vassar Sullivan racing team. He explained the whole safety component behind it. That side's actually supposed to give way like that because it absorbs that energy a little bit better. Driver's side, though, would have been much worse because it's more reinforced. It would have been more of a solid hit versus, the energy dissipating as the thing comes. But yeah, crazy wreck watching Ryan Preece essentially throttle up into Larson because he couldn't see Larson until Larson came up the track. You can hear it on his telemetry and in-car camera. He hits the gas thinking he's going to be clear, trying to get away from anyone behind him, and just plows into the side of Kyle Larson. Bigger news, though, Alex Bowman breaking his back in a sprint car wreck yesterday, I believe. He's out for 4 weeks. Josh Berry's back in the car.
Yeah, That was I noticed somebody made the comment earlier. I don't remember who it was, but Mr. H is gonna have to tie down on what these guys are doing in their extracurricular time.
Yeah, it looks like Stephen Thomas finally joined us in the booth, but I think this would be a good time to move over towards, I think, Pulse Poppers. Late Model Series, we'll go with them next before we talk about the big event that happened Monday night with our co-host here, Adam.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Pulse Poppers race last night. Were you able to watch that one, Tyler?
I was not. And I've actually been waiting for the results to come in through the Discord. Unfortunately, I did not get to watch it. Did anyone, Steven, were you running last night?
I didn't run last night, but I was able to catch up on everything as far as some highlights, and I noticed that. Oh, by the way, hi guys, I'm back.
Hey.
Sorry I'm late, but I did notice. I think Blake and Rhett Tucker was racing pretty hard, man, for a while, side by side. It was some really, really fun racing to watch. And unfortunately, Rhett, I believe, got a little looser than he wanted to off of one of the
Well,
turns.
he overdrove the middle on 1 and 2 and pretty much just hit Blake in his corner, and they both wrecked.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Took them both out of the race completely and gave Adam Newbert backed into a win. Mr.
I
Newbert
did back into that one.
Adam, you're winning all the races this week. It
I
seems.
did.
It feels like it's February again, Steven. We're gonna have to do something about that.
Oh, don't worry, man. You know what I mean? I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it.
He's already got 4 wins in the Friday night series. If you two are racing for at the end of WWT this week, just freaking put him around in the fence or something. You gotta change it up a little bit.
I'm ready to. I think it is the last week of Friday night series regular season. It doesn't mean too much for me and him. So I might just go ahead and send him into the wall one good time for teammate love. You know what I mean? Little congratulations to the championship.
Well, the funny thing about it is, if you actually go to the NASRA 360 or the NASRA Racing Facebook page, I believe it was Cody or Brady posted the wreck where Rhett and Blake wrecked out on the Facebook.
Well, yeah, and he posted those
announcers.
10 laps that I was talking about, them running side by side. And like I said, it was some good racing.
That was a lot of good racing, and I had so those guys had pitted, and I had waited till I ran my fuel all the way out, and I was like, my only chance, I was Rhett was dominating. Rhett and Blake were dominating that race. Rhett was probably going to win. He had a little bit better tires, I think, than Blake did, and was going to end up getting around Blake eventually. But he was going to win that thing, so I stayed out. I was like, I'm just going to run my gas all the way out. I did that, and I had probably 15 lap fresher tires in them, but it was such a small track, and the tires weren't burning off that bad. I mean, I was catching them, but then when they wrecked, I was just like, holy cow. And then the race restarted with 25, 30 to go, and then it was just no competition. I mean, it was just easy. I backed into that one.
Yeah, you're a hack like Alex Bowman.
I know, that's what Brady calls me. I'm still a hack.
I think our biggest problem right now with the Tuesday night series is getting people to show up, man. I'm not sure how many viewers we have and who's watching, but man, if you're watching and you aren't doing nothing on Tuesday nights, you need to jump in there. It's a whole lot of fun. You're racing with very good competition, so you're going to learn a lot. You might not, don't expect to come in there and just win, over certain drivers that are in there, but it'll teach you a whole bunch, get you a whole lot faster, and we need another series besides Friday, honestly, besides trucks and NASRA, that is actually getting people to show up. So
we do.
Yeah.
I don't have much room to talk. I didn't show up on Tuesday. I got a lot of stuff going on with my girls' softball.
I was about to say you're looking sharp there and all dressed out in the gear. But you mentioned that whole Tuesday night, and we're having issues with attendance, and I don't know if we're really allowed to talk about this, but I think Adam and I discussed this in the pre-show meeting. It's hard, and I think part of it is because everyone is comfortable with trucks. They're very easy to drive.
Oh yeah,
relatively speaking.
I got in the NASRA is Ford truck. I feel like a lot of people is the same way. That I got in this league Ford Truck Series, but we need to expand.
We do, but it's so hard because it's hard to have people commit to a money league for vehicles that are hard to drive because they don't want to, as they feel, throw money away.
Are they hard to drive? I mean, in reality, are they? I feel like they're really easy, man.
The late model stocks.
That's the reason I got into it.
The late model stocks or the truck? I think the trucks are very easy to drive. That's my point.
I mean, late models too. I feel like that's a very, very easy car to drive. I mean,
especially compared to the super late model, very easy car to drive. But people also, I don't think, have the late model stock as much is a bigger problem. Even though it's getting more and more popular as like iRacing like continues to advertise it more and more. You see more and more big names driving them. It's just not as popular as the big three NASCAR series, and it never really will. But I think that's kind of why Adam and I were talking. Like, you won't see a very successful cash Gen 4 league with an iRating cap because they're super difficult to drive, and the lower iRating people are not going to be able to handle that car consistently week in, week out, lap in, lap out for long races because they are such a handful. I think they're one of the most fun cars to drive on the server, but they are a challenge, and you have to put in the time and effort.
Yeah. For sure. Huck brought up the 87s, man. If we get 87, should be pretty fun too.
I would
wonder
love
if
to
we
do
can
an
keep,
87 league. That'd be fun.
especially some short track racing in the 87s. Ooh,
87
talk about a
short
good
track is
time.
great. I think you couldn't do the super speedways because again, it'd just be a wreck fest. And it would be terrible. But the intermediates and short tracks in the 87s, bring back Rockingham. That's such a fun track. Oh,
That'd
I
be
love
so
Rockingham.
much fun, bro. I
I
feel
love
like you get
running
some
that place,
viewers
especially in
that,
the
too.
87s. It's so fun in the 87s.
It's
So
fun
my
in
question
anything.
is, I didn't get to race, and I only got to see some highlights. Did he make any? Did we make any adjustments? Was it still one stage and a set of tires, or 150 laps, or what?
So
What did we do different?
we just had one set of tires, no stage brake, just green all the way. We had a couple cautions. I mean, obviously the Rhett and Blake incident. There was a caution or two before that, so pretty clean, a lot cleaner than what last week was. So just a few cautions, and then
No, that didn't take much.
no, no, it was green most of the way.
Hey, last week was rough. That was hard to
Very
watch
rough.
as a fan.
Yeah, my dad for one, Nick Sacco was another. I know there was a bunch of guys that joined up just for the fun and left in mid race because it was so bad. So, but I mean, that's good to hear that we didn't have much cautions.
Is your
That's
dad
good.
gonna come back?
I hope so. I don't know. I'm trying to talk him into it. He's a very stubborn man and he races in a lot of leagues.
Yeah, I
So,
heard that. I
so
heard that.
yeah, look at that. Just got dinner delivered to me, boys.
I
Woo!
know, man. That's some quality service right there.
Hey, sometimes she's on point. Most times I gotta yell at her though.
Oh, no, you don't.
So where are we at in this thing here? Let me
Well,
disappear just for a little bit.
we
Where
were
we at?
talking about Tuesday night, the late model series. Now we're fixing to talk about Monday night, um, and all that.
Yeah, I
That's
was
pretty much
saying,
where we're at.
you want me to introduce our first ever season 1 champ in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series, Mr. Adam Newberg, getting the
Yeah,
job done,
yeah.
running
Calm it
down our
down.
boss.
Calm all them cheers down now. I hear them all out there.
By the
Don't
way,
worry.
Devin, you haven't said nothing yet. Are you in here, man? Nice to see you in here. Glad to have you, Mr. Painter.
He's been listening to us ramble. He probably walked away for a second while we finished whatever rant we were
He
going
may
on.
have.
He has been talking a little bit though.
But yeah, congrats on the championship, Adam. That is huge, man.
Oh,
I told you guys last week on the podcast, as long as we kept Brady from getting that second one, we don't have no repeat champions anywhere in any NASRA. I'm happy, but especially with Brady's little punk ass. I don't want him getting another one. So
Don't
it
worry,
yeah, man.
Adam won't get one on the next Sim Racer Hub Championship.
Oh
anymore.
no, he's done. It's a wrap. It's a
Oh
wrap.
man, what if I go back to back? That's the
We'll
goal.
see. No, I don't
You
think
got a lot stiffer
I'm
competition this season, my guy.
I do.
as a board member and a well-loved person in Nashville. Chat, calm down. I'm going to vote that Adam is no longer in Monday Night Series.
Oh, hold on. I was told that I had one more option to one more season, and then if
He's gone. What did you win? 6 races and a championship?
yeah, if I
That's
Brady
a wrap,
said
son.
That's some Ted Wade numbers right there.
Brady
That's
said
a
if I
wrap.
do it Brady said if I do it again, I got to move on.
Do it again. Oh no.
So if I do it, I'm gonna do it. If I do it, I'm gonna do it right. But I mean, that's
I,
just a lot can happen. You never know when you're gonna win your next race.
well, the thing
so.
is, I was about to say you should feel like you need to, and honestly, we need to get to this point anyway. But you should feel like you need to just run part time in that and go to Friday Night Series. But that being said, I see Monday Night Series. It was already a pretty good and high competition series to begin with than we thought going into the this Monday Night Series. I feel like it's only going to get a little bit better starting next season. So
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be winning 6 races. We'll see.
No.
Obviously, you're going to get
Like
a little bit better too. But
like Tyler said, the competition is gonna get stiffer. If you haven't looked at that
I would
entry
imagine.
list, and next week I'm gonna have like all the team. I'm gonna have all the team changes up here so everybody can see it. It's gonna be an off week next week for him. I'm gonna have all the free agency moves, silly season moves, and everything. So we'll be able to see all that, and we'll talk about that next week. So that'll
Yeah,
be
that would
pretty
be cool.
cool.
Not a complete off week though. We're actually doing a little. Everyone who's paid up for season entry fee gets to run at Talladega. Won't be broadcasted, but should be a lot of fun. A little bit of money involved for the top 3 finishers, and I think as the
Is there going
broadcast
to
for
be
that
an entry
series.
fee? You said that they've
No,
already.
no entry fee. It's just like $36 to the winner, 24 to second, $12 to third. Just a small little payout. No entry fee. If you are a full time driver who's paid your charter, you get to run this race. But as the broadcaster for that series this past season, you could tell from week about 5 on that the drivers grew a lot of respect for each other, but also the talent level just dramatically increased. Like even guys that get a hard time from other guys in that league, like they have stepped up like their driving ability throughout the season. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
I'm
the
gonna.
first race I came in was Richmond for that series. And I started in the back thinking that I could work my way through, and it was not near as easy as I thought. And it was a very clean, fun race. So that's a very good league. It's got a lot to build on.
Yeah, we're gonna miss having you in the booth next season, Tyler. But I'm gonna love racing you on the track.
I
And
would
who
say we always have some fun battles.
and who knows if I don't get to race Monday nights anymore, I may just go up to the booth myself.
Hey, it's a blast. Honestly, working with Wesley and Will all season long was one of the best things I got to do, and learning that whole thing and being the lead was a
That'd
ton
be
of
really,
fun.
that'd be really cool too. Have a past champion up in the booth talking about the same series.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
bad idea.
I've kind of had that in the back of my head that I would like to do that. And I mean, even I don't know. I did a couple of broadcast races when we tried to do a super speedway series on Wednesday night, and it was pretty fun. And the only thing is, I kind of wanted to do something other than a super speedway because I felt like I kept broadcasting super speedway races, and I was like, oh, these are kind of boring to broadcast. It's very hard to find something to talk about in those.
Yeah, and you got to build that charisma with your booth mate. I think that helped that Will, Wesley, and I worked together all season long. We kind of had
Yeah,
built like we
Yeah.
could
By the way,
jab
you
back and
guys
forth.
killed it Monday night, man. That was
that was a
one of the
good one Monday
best
night.
broadcasts I've seen
I
from
think
NASRA for a while.
the last two we've done, I think, have been so far above and beyond because we had the 3 of us and we kind of did more of like a radio style broadcast. I think it worked actually better for Talladega than in Chicago. Chicago's a little short on the laps, so it feels like we're just talking nonstop. But Talladega felt like a familiar conversation you would hear on maybe like PRN for like the ARCA series. Like it felt calm, cool, collected, and like we were all on the same page, but we all knew when to like ratchet up the intensity as the race went on. So props to those guys, and wishing them the best of luck in all the broadcasting forward. And I'll probably find another series to broadcast. I love it. It's a lot of fun, and excited for everything it has. But at this point in time, I'm going to head out. Thank you, Steven, for letting me fill in for you for the first 20 minutes. I appreciate you guys, and good luck and enjoy your conversation. Again, congrats to the champion SimRacerHub.com Truck Series, Adam Newbert. And you all have a great talk with Devin.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, man. Thanks again.
All right, I think I'm good now. I had to work on my mic.
All right, Devin had some mic issues. He's back. He is back. So Devin, give me 1 second right here. I'm fixing this back up and all, and then it's kind of and then we'll get back into this. Here we go. I got it all fixed up now. Oh, before we I did because everybody liked to see the whole the playoff bracket. So there's the finished complete playoff bracket for Monday night. Uh, Everybody kind of likes to see that, so I like to put that up there.
I bet you do love seeing it, don't you?
I kind of like seeing that. I do. I'm not gonna lie
Yeah,
about it.
boy. Hell yeah. Put swim underneath that thing.
I can't do that. I'm fixing so we're fixing to start doing the good thing is Friday night playoffs start not this Friday but next Friday, and then we'll be able to
Yeah,
make one
one
for Friday
more
night.
regular season race, man.
Yeah. So anyway, Devin, you raced for Mission One Esports. You raced the number 99. I've been racing with you. I've raced you. Seems like I've raced you side by side a lot over the last few seasons. I always kind of like racing you. You're always pretty clean. I don't think I've ever had a bad run-in with you, man. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe you think of something with me. I don't know.
Do you
No,
know? Did you,
no, we've never had no issue.
Adam? Did you know that he was a powerhouse motorsports member a couple of seasons ago?
Oh,
Yeah, that
he?
was my second season, I believe. Yeah.
Dang, I did
Mhm.
not know that.
Who was it, buddy? It was me, you, Cantwell, and Logan.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
had Logan. He did my paints that season.
Mhm.
Oh, you and Logan Quinn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Logan Quinn? Why does he not race?
Man, he gets real butt hurt whenever something doesn't go his way.
I do too. I do too.
Got
But
a lot of stuff that
so
goes his
okay,
way.
so your second season you ran with Powerhouse. Who'd you run with your first season?
It was nobody. I just come in all on my own. I didn't even start the first race that year. I think I started. Remember starting at Michigan, wherever, because it wasn't season 1. I believe it was season 2 for you guys.
So you was on Powerhouse season 3?
It was. I know my first race was at Michigan, and I actually was doing really good. I felt like I had a chance to win my first race, and I got wrecked coming to the end of stage 1 by, I forget who it was, but he was only there like 2 weeks, just long enough to take me out in the first stage.
Michigan.
We've had quite a few of those guys.
Yeah, we've only done, as far as I know, since I've been here, just Michigan twice, and I
Look
missed
through
the
the schedule,
second one.
Adam.
Huh?
Look through the schedule for the seasons.
Yeah, season. So that had to be season 3 because you and I must have both come in season 3. Hell, I may have
No,
taken
he
you out
had
of
to come
Michigan. I
in.
don't know.
No, it wasn't you. I would have remembered. It was somebody. I forget his name. If I seen it, I would recognize it. But it's been probably what, 2 years now
Yeah,
since
that
that's
makes sense.
happened.
You came in halfway through season 3. You joined me season 4, and then I went with Taylor season 5, and now I'm with Swim season 6. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So Kyle Hess says season 3. So Michigan, Kyle Hess won that race. Uh, that was the second race of season 3.
Did it show where I finished? How far did I make it back?
No,
Just curious.
I'm just looking at past winners.
Okay.
It doesn't show. I wish we could show that. That'd be awesome if we could figure out some way to do that. So you ran kind of solo. You ran solo that season. I didn't race that whole season, so I don't really
That was
remember.
before it got real serious. Like the teams got real serious and stuff. Like
Yeah.
we didn't have the Discord that everybody came to be in the team chat. And honestly, Devin was one of the guys that never was in the chat, but always showed up to the races and always did well. But it wasn't like as serious as it is now as far as getting in the team chat and really working together and doing all that stuff. But yeah,
So was NASRA your first league?
Yeah, it was. I was just looking for something that was, more serious, and you really don't want to pay, but I didn't mind paying if it was reasonable. If as long as it's a good product, And I came in and paid, and and for the most part, it's been good. I've, like everybody, you have some run-ins with people and things don't go right, but all in all, everything's been, pretty good.
Yeah, I remember. I remember Indianapolis last season. I got in trouble in that race, and then me and Devin got involved in this wreck, and I called Devin just out of like frustration, man.
Oh yeah, I
Not
remember
mad
that.
at you, but I was like, damn it,
Yeah.
Devin, why did he do
I
that crap?
I think it was it? We were following each other. I mean, we were making really good time
No, we were
chasing them
fast,
down.
man. We were fast, and then
Whoever it was, Tony,
Tory Thompson,
Tory, that's
Thompson
it.
hits the
oh
wall in
my
front of us.
God, not Tory Thompson.
Yeah.
Hits the wall, comes down all the way across the track, right in front of Devin. Devin runs into him. I run in the back of Devin. I was just like, "God, man, come on."
I had
Yeah,
sent
it was.
Tory Thompson a message.
I did a little bit more than that. I got in trouble for that one. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. So let's see, well, how long were you on iRacing before you joined NASRA?
I started iRacing probably around when COVID, everything was starting to get locked down. I needed something to do, so I just did it. I used to play like, just arcade kind of games, like the NASCAR games on PlayStation, and it just
Yeah.
wouldn't cut it. It wouldn't. It was okay for what it was, but it wasn't really what you're looking for. So I said I need something better. So
Oh, those
There's
things
so
suck.
many guys in this league that jumped on iRacing during COVID. It's crazy. Whenever the Cup guys were doing it on TV, it's like I need that right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of. I knew of it. You knew what it was, but you only seen it bits and pieces, and then
Exactly. Then it was
and then
like,
when you start
holy
seeing
shit.
them doing it, it's like, man, this looks fun. I need to get in on this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's I always wanted to get iRacing, but when they started doing that in 2020, they started showing iRacing on Fox. That was just like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this.
Yeah.
So you have 2 career Triple M Pulling Truck Series wins. Your first one come in season 3 at Atlanta. I remember that race. You won that race. Wasn't there like a late wreck or something?
Steven spun out with old tires. Yep, I took full
Oh,
freshman.
Steven, not the tires again.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay, what happened?
no, Steven stayed out, and he had old tires, and he just spun them and took out about
Oh,
4 or 5 people.
when was
Oh,
this again? I know
This
exactly what
was
you're talking
this was like the
Is it
beginning
Atlanta?
of the
Big
playoff.
race.
It was late in the season on my second or third season.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Atlanta. It was the old configuration.
I was dominating, and then I think didn't that when? Are you sure it was
I,
late
I
in the
led a
playoffs?
I
Was it?
led quite a bit of that. But
Okay.
towards the end, I did burn my stuff up, and you did take the lead. You had the lead. I had actually fallen back to third. I forgot who was second. But a late
I think
caution come
Brady.
out. A caution come out with I think it was. But a late caution come out,
I
and
stayed out, and everybody else went in.
a few of you stayed out, but I was the first one on 4 fresh tires. I was like 8th or something. I was like, maybe I can get up to like 3rd, 4th, something like that. But you kind of helped me out there, and like the seas parted, and I just
I
held it down
I
and went
spun
through.
out on the restart, right? I spun my tires and went
Yeah,
into
right on the restart. Yeah,
went into the grass, bro. I
yeah.
remember that. So. That sucked.
I remember being in
After
that
all.
race, and I had a terrible race that race, but I watched the end of that, and I watched Devin win that. I remember that. And then you won at Pocono last season.
Yeah, that's one where I chased down Keith. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I bet that probably felt really good.
I always feel
Huh.
good, chasing down, the people you always see up front.
Yeah, I know that feeling. That's pretty cool. Two wins. You gonna get some this season? You've been close.
I
You've been
hope
fast.
so. Yeah, it's been
You have been fast lately.
everything's been
So.
okay. It's just for whatever reason, it's always something, that happens. This past week at Indy, I felt good until I had a little bit of damage. Every time I had just a little bit of damage at each stage where I had to aero was like really important, so I fixed everything that I could. And I was able to do it, but you lose so much track position, then you don't know whether to push hard to try to get your track position back or you try to save. I mean, you kind of don't really know. So I was kind of stuck, around lower top 10, and the only real shot I had was to try to do that 2 tire strategy and hope that I could get enough gap, and just had about 10 laps too many.
Where did you end up finishing?
I still got 6th. I
Oh,
fell
yeah,
back
still
to
good
6th.
finish. Still
Yeah.
good finish. It's so hard.
I
It was so hard to pass.
It was, yeah. And I think it might have worked a little better if I wouldn't have been the problem was thinking back, hindsight's always 2020. But I was the first one to pit and I took 2 tires. I should have waited and pitted later and had fresher right tires at the end. Maybe that could have helped out, but
Yeah.
too late now.
I do remember you being out there first because you pitting first because I had to actually pass you. So I think I was pretty early to pit too. I don't know how soon you pitted before I did. But we
I
had a
pitted
huge
pretty much
lead on
right when I got
Keith.
the fuel. I think I got in the fuel window and I said, hell with it. I'm just going to go ahead and try something.
Yeah. I mean, you had to try something different because, like, it was so hard to pass there, especially if you have damage. It's so hard to pass. Like, I was very aggressive Friday night about trying to keep people behind me because I knew that once I got in dirty air, it was going to be rough.
Yeah, that first stage, I think you, me, and Joey, I think, were pretty tight there on the first stage.
Yeah.
And I felt, I was able to catch and keep up with you guys fine, but unless there was a mistake, it was just really hard to pass.
Yeah,
I think he got beside you and he just didn't have enough to clear you. It's just really hard to pass there.
Yeah, he got on my inside and then he never could. Like, it's pretty. As long as y'all ran clean, you could hold somebody down on that inside and not let him pass you.
Yeah.
Well, even Steven, I did it to Steven too. He tried to get up there and race with me, and I did the same thing to him.
Where at? Sorry, I was being distracted.
Indy Friday night.
Oh man, I hate that track. Shut up.
Ah, you love it.
I really do hate that track. It's so boring.
Ah, I love that track. I don't know.
It's fun to drive. It's fun to drive, but
Yeah.
it's not a good race.
It's not the best product. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
where
like
you get to spread out and just stay single file a second and a half behind the next person the whole
I don't
race.
think we had a caution. There was no cautions at all, was it?
I don't
Other
think
than
so.
stage break.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
there
think
was.
just the
Was there?
stages.
Maybe 1, 2. I don't.
Maybe
I don't
one.
think there was.
Maybe one, like
was...
in the first stage or something.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, there was one. Yeah.
But I mean, flat tracks like that are always just so kind of.
Where are we at this Friday?
Gateway.
That's what I
Gateway.
thought, man.
Yeah.
I need to get on there and run some laps tonight. That's for sure.
You do, because you suck at Gateway.
Oh, do I? I have
Yeah.
to go look at the results from the past, but I've won there. But good try.
I looked at it from Monday night. You finished
That's good.
behind me.
That was a good try.
But yeah, but
So
so pretty
Devin,
much.
outside of iRacing, man, and then NASRA, who's Devin, man? What you got going on?
Um, I'm getting ready to turn 39 here next month.
Oh, you getting old.
Yeah, I'm getting up there. Don't remind me. Well, if you guys know my kids, well, I got 4 kids. My daughter, she's 14, and then I got 3 boys who are. So you got 10, 7, and 3. So yeah, I'm a little busy. That's why I'm kind of stuck to Friday nights.
Yeah, I heard that. They play sports and stuff.
My daughter, yeah, she does softball, and my son, my oldest son, he actually wants to start football this fall. So
Nice. You got them on
so yeah,
iRacing yet?
what's that?
You got them on the iRacing yet?
They've played around with it some. They like to, play with it, but none of them really know how to drive. So it's just more or less hit pedals and turn wheels and hope it goes straight.
I heard that. What do you do for a living?
I work for actually the world's largest flooring manufacturer. If you've ever heard of Mohawk Carpet.
Oh yeah.
Well, they do more than just carpet. They do like hardwood tiles
Yeah,
and stuff like
laminate
this.
flooring, shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've worked with them coming up, just hit 19 years. So just about half my life I've been with them.
Okay. So you sell it to other corporations, or you
We
sell it
actually we're in
to
the we're
contract?
in the we're in a manufacturing facility. Sales is kind of a separate thing. So you
Okay.
can't really like go to our place and buy
Okay,
it
no.
because we just make it.
Gotcha.
But there what you call, well, I schedule the orders to where all the kind of the behind the scenes stuff, do the paperwork, keep everything organized. It's almost kind of like a supervisor, but not really.
I
You
can't
kind of keep
recall.
everything flowing. Yeah.
I can't recall a Mohawk truck on the track anytime.
I haven't seen one. I actually looked for one. I haven't found one. There, you can actually
Buddy,
get. I
you know how
think.
many painters? You know how many painters we got in Nazareth?
We got a
We'll
painter
get
right
you.
here.
We'll get you a Mohawk truck.
That'd be.
Get
I mean, shoot,
get
I'd
that
do it.
thing made this week.
He's
I bet they'll get
probably I don't know. Like me, I don't want to run my my place of work on my truck.
Oh, I feel you.
It's like piss on those guys.
I used to run when I first
Wouldn't wouldn't
I
feel
had
so
80.
bad when you
Used
crash
to
it.
work
Then
work at
Yeah,
84 lumber
exactly.
before I used to work at 84 lumber before I started my thing. I used to have 84 lumber all over my stuff.
84 lumber. What'd you do there?
Uh, what do you think?
You either chopped down trees or you sold bunks of wood. One or the other.
I've sold a bunch of lumber. You have 84 lumber where you are? You know
No.
what 84 lumber? Okay, it's a lumber yard. So we sell 2x6s, 2x4s, 4x4s, sell all the shit you build a house with. Siding.
are they still in business?
Yeah,
84.
actually, man,
Yeah.
on the east, you'd be surprised on the East Coast
Yeah,
how many
because
84 lumbers.
you're in West Virginia, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
well,
I'm
we
in.
don't
Yeah,
have
I'm
too
in.
many. West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, stacked full of 84 lumbers.
Yeah, I'm in Virginia, and I remember years ago seeing there was one we had, and it's been shut down, long ago. But
Yeah,
I do remember, long ago seeing a 84 lumber yard.
yeah, yeah. I worked there for quite a bit.
Wonder why it's called 84.
I know that, but you asked me too quick. I have to get back with you on that thing. But
Is
yeah,
is it
that's what taught me everything I know and got me on my way. But let's see here,
is
Devin. What else we got?
you just like, are you like a big old Jeff Burton fan? Is that why you run his paint schemes?
No, I just honestly I seen it on Trading Paints. I just really like the scheme. It's just that real old school Jeff Burton look. It just
Yeah.
looked cool, so that's just why I went with it.
And then like the number 99. Is that kind of your favorite number?
Uh, Actually, you have my favorite number. I wish I could have 4 because I'm a big Harvick
Oh.
fan.
Your,
Yeah.
your boy, our boy Justin Lumpkin, can get that truck right there, that 99 truck, and change it to a Mohawk instead of
Make a
55.
Mohawk. Maybe run it at a at a few special events or something.
Yeah, boy.
You actually, one of the Blaney, Dave Blaney not Dave, Ryan Blaney's car actually has a Mohawk logo on the back. I've actually seen it in some of the races. So
Yeah.
he actually Mohawk does sponsor Blaney, at least a small bit.
I seen someone running the Dale Jr. '88 green and white amp car. You guys remember that one?
Yeah,
Like with the
yeah.
red numbers. I seen somebody running that with their own logos on it the other day on iRacing, and it looked sick.
Hmm.
It looked really cool. I want to do something like that. But
I would like doing those like little retro screens. Put your own sponsors on it.
yeah,
I
exactly.
wish that like when NASCAR does like the throwback Darlington weekend, and they always run those they'd run a Jeff Burton scheme, but they'd put their sponsor on it. I
Yeah,
wish
my
some of
favorite
these
one's always the McDonald's Bill Elliott one.
I wish some of these old sponsors would like come out and be like, okay, yeah, put our sponsor on your car for the race, and like do it that way.
Yeah,
Like put the OG sponsor on there.
yeah. Even if it's just one race,
Yeah,
it's a small commitment, and I think it would get them a lot of coverage.
yeah, it'd be a lot
May even bring them
cooler.
may even bring them back full time if they get enough positive reception.
Yeah, like I mean, like you're running. I mean, well, Richard Petty Motorsports does STP, but like if let's say Darrell Waltrip, right? You're running his old Mountain Dew scheme or whatever. Like, don't put your own sponsor on it. Like, call Mountain Dew up and be like, hey, y'all want to sponsor this race?
Mountain Dew Code Red, baby.
Oh, gross.
Devin,
Did they
where are
ever?
you? Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Where are you at in points this season, and where do you see yourself? Finishing? What's your goal, man? You looking for that
Well, I mean, I
championship
think the
six, or
goal,
you looking for the?
everybody's goal should be to, win the championship. That's
Okay.
our ultimate
All right.
goal.
All right.
Everything obviously has to go right round by round. Try to, do it step by step. As of right now, I want to say I'm eighth or ninth,
He's
somewhere around there.
eighth in points.
Yeah.
Eighth
Um,
point.
It's solid. I feel like it could be more because I've had some issues. I don't think it's factored in the drop races yet. I actually had one drop race. I missed North
happens.
Wilkesboro. I actually wanted to run that. I like the short tracks. Um, but yeah, it's been a good year. Just other than the random things that go wrong. Um, let's see. We had, I think, not last week. Where were we at the week before? Was we at Kansas?
Kansas, yeah.
Kansas. Yeah, I was running solidly there. It was to be a top 10, maybe top 5. Everything worked out right. And one of the wrecks where Joey Doucette, he went like 3 wide down low, and I was all the way up, up near the wall, and he uh, hit, I don't know who he hit, but he hit somebody and they got loose, and then it was like us 3 end up getting taken out, and it was just too much damage to try to fix it for me, so I
Man,
just, backed down.
that was the definition of my first 5 races this season, man. It was like I just try my best to stay away from what I thought was happening, and it would always come right to me.
It's yeah,
You definitely go through that shit sometimes in here, but oh,
uh, but
sure.
but yeah, everything, assuming I don't have no problems, I feel like it's solid top 5, top 10, every week,
Yeah, let's look
if
at
if
the
you don't have a problem.
let's look at the playoff schedule. So we've got obviously Gateway this weekend, Richmond, Homestead, and Auto Club. So that's the 20. It's actually gonna be 20 people in the round. How do you feel about those tracks? I know you said you
Uh,
like short tracks, so you should like Richmond.
well, yeah, Richmond's good. You got at least there, like we've talked about earlier. I don't know if it was before the show or whatever, but you can actually run, multiple lanes there, so it's nice to have options at Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
I like short tracks, yeah, but I love the 2 miles, the Michigans and the Auto Club.
We'll be
Yeah,
going
I
there.
love those tracks too. Yeah. And what was
Auto
the other
Club
one you
is so
said?
fun.
Homestead. I hate Homestead. I hate that
Oh,
place.
it's
I like
yeah,
it.
it's
That's
really
another
slick.
multi-lane.
It's multi-lane, but man, it gets so slick. It's
Yeah.
really slick there. It's fun to drive, but you keep the tires on it, you should come out okay, as long as you don't get wrapped up in something.
That's a fun sounding playoff.
Yeah, and
Do
then
you have the rest of the schedule? Just out of curiosity, I haven't looked at it in
Yeah,
quite a few weeks.
the next round after those three will be just a 2 round. Then it goes down to 2 races in a round. 14 guys, so 6 guys will get eliminated. 14, that one will be Nashville Superspeedway and Chicagoland. And then it goes down to
They-
10, Rockingham and Talladega. Talladega being the
Oh
final
my
elimination
gosh.
race. Yeah, and then
Why
championship
Talladega?
6 at Charlotte.
I hate Talladega.
Dude, I don't know. I complain about it every time we go to
You
a
can
play
be a
track in NASRA.
consistent. You can be a consistent dominant through all those tracks that he just named, and then get to Talladega and completely mess up your whole
Yeah.
playoff run.
I
And it
just
would not
So-
even be your fault.
I think
So-
Talladega plate races are like another one of those things that you have to have in the schedule for guys that want it easy. You know, I don't know.
Guys,
It's
giving
so-
everybody a chance, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's for something so easy to drive. I'm more stressed at that place than anywhere else.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's just
for sure.
because
I
you have
hate
no
running plate
control. It's just like real life. I mean, you have literally no control of yourself, other than maybe if you go to the back, which I tell myself that sometimes.
Yeah,
and
but you can only hang out
I-
back there for so long. You know what I mean? If you,
yeah,
so
seem like always, Keith and Chris and some of them guys always hang out back there,
we
and then they come back late. So I don't know. I mean, I risk it. I figure I'm gonna try to get up to the front and stay up there. If it starts getting too crazy, I'll back out. But I try to stay top
in front of the
3,
mess.
4, yeah, and stay ahead of it.
I mean you can ride around for if it's a 100 lap race, you can ride around for 99 laps clean and then get wrecked on the last lap, and it's just a waste of time. It's like why did I do this race? Why did I do this?
No, yeah.
I hate plate races. That's just me though. I just think they're just a complete. We shouldn't go to them.
Shouldn't
I just
even
don't.
go.
I don't get how some people can actually like really enjoy it. I don't find anything enjoyable about it.
Oh, people love those things too. Like you try to get a race together. Hey guys, let's race Atlanta. Let's race Charlotte. Let's race, whatever the heck it is. Nah. You say, okay, let's race Talladega. Oh my God, you got 100 people signing up. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
It was that way when I did before iRacing on. If you
It's
go to like
anybody's
on
race.
PlayStation, you go on PlayStation, and because there like somebody will create a lobby with the track or whatever. Like it'd be 50 lobbies, and I guarantee you 45 of them are Daytona or Talladega.
Jeez.
That's
Well, I mean,
just-
when iRacing, there's a 24/7 Talladega and Daytona, and they're full every single race, and the
Yeah.
rest
They
of them
are.
just got 7, 8 people. So, like I said, obviously the answer is because it's anybody's race, and you're not going to run into somebody that's just going to dominate it. So yeah, let's go
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. That's true. But I don't know. I can't get over them. How did you end up at Mission 1? Where did you go? So where did you go after Powerhouse? You went to Powerhouse, and then where were you at last season?
Then I went with the 1 year only. Me and Michael had Michael and Adam
Velocity,
Cantwell.
right?
Velocity, yeah. And
Cantwell. Are you buddies with Cantwell?
no, only
No, I brought
I
him
think-
into Powerhouse before they went to Velocity, so they went there together because I went with Taylor, Peacock, and them.
yeah, I don't know if it was Michael or Adam, which of them started Velocity, but Michael was the one that asked me to come over.
I think
It
it was
was
Michael.
And then after that kind of split up, and then me and Michael went with Mission 1.
I think I saw today
Speaking
that
of
Adam
Michael,
Cantwell.
he's done. He's done.
He's gonna be in the
Yeah.
broadcast booth now.
Yeah, I'm actually friends with him on Facebook, seeing where he was like after that last race he did, he had like posted all of his stuff for sale, and I mean he was done. I don't even know what happened to him. I didn't even really remember seeing him that race. So I don't really know what happened to him that race.
He was racing everybody really hard that race, and
I think he had a few beers that race. I think.
he did.
Probably. Yeah. So it was probably his mind was already made up. That was his,
Yeah.
hell with it race.
I wish he wouldn't do that. Michael's the one that brought me in the NASRA.
Yeah, he was the one that I talked to and got into it.
Yeah, me too.
I think he had posted about recruiting new drivers and whatever, and that's how I got into NASRA.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish he wouldn't leave. Well, he's gonna be in the broadcast booth, so he does do a pretty good job in the broadcast booth, and I think I think having someone that races or has raced with NASRA as like a veteran, just like Tyler Dittmer up in the broadcast booth, that's huge.
Knows everybody, knows the
Yeah.
tendencies.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I think
So
so. You went, and then Brady got you to M1.
Yeah.
Dang, why do you want to race for Brady?
Yeah, man. You gotta leave. You gotta get out of there.
You gotta
Quick.
get. He's toxic, man. He's a hack.
He's a hack.
He's a
Straight
hack.
up hack. Hack.
No, he's not too bad. He's not too bad. He is not too bad. So, are you gonna stay with him next season?
Actually, honestly, kind of next season might be up in the air. I might have to skip a season because I have a lot of stuff coming up this summer. So yeah, so it's kind of up in the air, kind of wait and see. But
Well, he's
next
part-time,
season will be
right?
next season will be a winter. Our little winter thing. Well, yeah, right. Because I mean,
yeah, because
I guess it will start midsummer, won't it? Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
We only got what? How many weeks we have?
we got how
8,
many?
9.
22, 24 weeks, it looks like. Or than that. 26 weeks. Well, I mean, 26 weeks of our full season. We
got 7
have
left.
9 more weeks left.
Yeah, and then the next season will start.
Will it start right away, or will there be a little
Oh,
a
Probably
small break?
probably 2 or 3 week gap, and then start in
At most.
July.
And then that'll run all the way through, probably through till January, end of December, something like that.
What about Monday nights? You can't race Monday nights?
It's getting to the point where a lot of my time, because it's just me and the kids here, and mostly it's having to keep an eye on the youngest one. Well, he just turned 3 now, and he's pretty good, about keeping himself entertained. So as long as they don't mess up with anything in the house and he can stay entertained, then I should be able to start doing more days here soon.
That'd be good.
Worth a shot anyway. Just
Yeah.
because I haven't watched a lot, but I've seen some of the Monday series. I forget what day of the week they do the late models.
Tuesday. Tuesday.
Yeah, so yeah, I'd like to get on and do some more. As long as the kids are good, then I should be able to get on a little bit more.
Yeah. I think well, I mean, there's plenty of potential for Mondays. I think Monday's a great series. I think it's going to be just as good. I think it already is just as good as Fridays. I think I need to stop saying it's going to be just as good as Fridays. It already is just as good as Fridays. So yeah, it'd be awesome if you couldn't run Friday, you could run that one if it worked out for you.
I think Friday's
Yeah,
a
I'll
little more
I'll just see
competitive,
what's.
definitely just as good.
Friday's got
Yeah, well,
more faster guys in it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, boy.
But
We were good. Y'all like these things?
cheddar,
that the hot?
jalapeno. I do like
Yeah,
those.
y'all like
I've
those?
I've never tried those. I've had
Man,
the
I'm
flaming
telling
hot.
you,
Old
these
Cheeto
things
fingers
right
over here.
Look, like,
Yeah.
so good.
Cheeto fingers over there.
I was hungry, guys. I was hungry.
Well, let's see. What other questions you got, Steven?
I don't have too much, man. I have too much. We pretty much covered everything. Devin, you have anything for us, or anything anybody you wanna thank or talk to out there? Anybody you wanna bitch at? Because you got the floor. It's all yours, man.
No, I'm pretty
I know
good. I mean,
Joey
everybody.
has wrecked you quite a few times. If you want to say anything to him tonight, we would love, to get that started.
Stir the pot.
Thing,
Stir the pot.
the thing, the thing with Joey is
He sucks.
it's just been it's just been this season that I've really had any issue. It's not been direct. I've kind of just been around the area where he's kind of gotten into somebody else, and I've just been the one, kind of caught up in it. It's
That's
nothing
'cause
like
you
directly at
and
me.
him both are up there all the time now racing. I mean, it's always y'all. You
Yeah,
guys
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
Joey's
but
he's very consistent. He is overly aggressive sometimes. He's gotten better about it, I think.
I guess we all can be.
Yeah,
Mr.
oh, yeah, for
Plow,
sure.
Mr. Plow. I mean, we literally have a Mr. Plow in the league.
For sure. I miss shifts all the time. I freaking wreck the whole field. It happens sometimes.
oh yeah, that was you that missed. Yeah, I remember that.
Did I wreck you? Did I wreck you in that, Devin?
Oh no, I was good. I was good in that time.
Dang, yeah, I did miss
I
that
threw
shit.
it up into I think it was it was either the first or second race. I think it was the second race of the Xfinity that league that got shut down not too long ago. I was I think I was going from second to third, and I accidentally shifted down into first somehow.
Ooh,
What?
yeah.
And
Mm.
I would think I was starting like sixth, and somehow nobody hit me. They all just split me, and I shoved it back into third and got going. I was like, wow.
That's
What
what happened to me at Pocono.
what shifter do you guys use?
So
Um,
Chris Blanchard sent me just one of these little Logitech shifters, so I got one
Oh,
of
the little
those.
small one, the
Yeah,
G29 or whatever. Yeah, I
I
used to have
think
one of those.
so. Yeah.
I got that Fanatec thing right here.
Oh yeah, that's what I got. The Fanatec $250 one.
I want to see
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. Let me see that. Where?
See
Put some
what?
kind of
light on
hard
that
to see.
thing.
Well, you don't
It's
need
a
to
nice
see nothing.
shifter.
Oh, I want to buy one, Steve-O.
All right, man. Let me see that. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I got some light up in here. Look at that. Oh shit! Hold on. Almost lost it.
Look at all them screens he's got.
All right.
What you got that pulled up on your other screen for? What the heck?
Ain't
Oh,
much to
is that
see,
thing
man.
awesome? Is that thing like?
Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you can
You
change it
use
from sequential to H pattern, so you can
yeah.
with a little notch right here, and then it's
uh, So how's the
sequential
feedback
now.
on it? Is it like giving any feedback?
Yeah, very tough when it comes to sequential. The feedback's actually pretty strong on it. And
Yeah,
then
it's real.
H
I think
pattern.
it has an adjustment screw on it. I think you can tighten it up or
That's my
loosen it.
rig, though. That's all I got. I need one of them NASCAR steering wheels like you
Oh, you
got,
got
man.
the
I
same
like.
thing I got. The Fanatec Club Sport.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, we got the same. We got the same
CSL
setup pretty
Elite
much.
Club Sport,
I
right?
mean, they're
Yeah.
pretty freaking cheap, Steve-O.
V3,
They're like not expensive.
and then I play.
You got the what do they call them? The V3 pedals too.
Porta potty in the front yard right now,
I've got
just in
those.
case.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, the V3. Yeah, they pretty good.
Yeah, the V3 pedals. Yep. You got any nose hairs, boys? Am I good?
Oh
Look good
man, we
on.
don't want to see that, Steve-O.
My bad, dog. I was just checking, making sure we were good. Coach Steven.
Yeah,
Coach Steven.
I was just wondering about the shifters because after I got it, I heard a lot of people say that they don't like the gates in it. That it's they tend to like not be able to correctly get into the gate. But I've never had a problem with it. I've had it almost 2 years now.
Nah, I ain't had a problem at all with that thing.
I noticed you got the longer shifter. I put the little ball on it on mine.
Oh, did you? Did you? Also,
Yeah.
did you notice that it's down here? So with this rig that I have everything set up on, this thing that it's sitting on down here is actually for a e-brake, and then I'm supposed to put the shifter up by the steering wheel, and I think that's always stupid to have the fucking shifter up here. So
Yeah, mine. Yeah, I'm kind
I
of.
put the shifter down where the e-brake's supposed to go, and now it's down here at my lap. It's a little too low. That's why I couldn't put the ball on there, but it's
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
It's there.
yeah. And
Feels like I'm driving
mine's
a little
kind
rice burner with the little teeny thing in the floorboard, you know.
of. Yeah, yeah. Mine's kind of near the wheel too, but I guess I've kind of adapted to it. I wish I don't really have a place to put it on mine, but it I've gotten used to it now, so
Does it just
it is
clamp
what
on?
it is.
Does it just
No, it
clamp on?
bolts on.
Yeah, it has 4 bolts on the bottom. I think you can do it on the side. I
Can
think
you
you can
get
do it on the side.
Can you get a clamp for it?
I don't know
Yeah, there's all
why.
kinds of like
All you gotta do is drill a
universal
hole.
mounts.
Is where I have so I'll show you because where I have this thing right there, my rig just has this little attachment thing, but it just clamps on right there. That's all it does.
Has it ever fell
Oh,
off?
No, nope, it's never done that.
Well, that's,
In fact, I don't even. I mean, it's not even loose.
well, that's
So,
good. That's what I'd be worried about.
and then since we're doing rig tours, there's the rest of mine. And then yeah, I got the V3. They're dirty down there. My totos.
You
dude,
got
get your toes off the
you,
thing. We lost all the fucking viewers,
you
man.
got the inverted. You got the inverted ones there.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of wished I had them, but ain't no big deal.
I don't know if there's that much of a difference. I guess it's what you like, but sometimes the inverted ones I feel like are a little bit uncomfortable on my ankles because the angle's just not the greatest on them.
Did you guys get the there was a kit that you can get from Fanatec. I forget what it's called, but it has these different compression materials where you can make your brake like stiffer or whatever.
The brake
I had to
performance
get
kit.
Yeah, mine was like it was just way too soft. I like it when you could where it's almost like pushing a cinder block. So I got it as firm as I can get it.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm actually okay with the stock one. I never really thought to go any stiffer because I've actually got it like where you can set the stiffness on it. I've got it as low as almost as low as you can go, not completely as low as you can go, but
Yeah.
because then it's just kind of mushy,
Like your belly.
like my belly. Like my belly's mushy. I will tell you, if y'all ever put you got the V3s, Devin?
Yeah,
Just
I
the
got
regular.
the V3.
Put
Yeah,
it.
the right.
Have you tried a damper kit on your throttle?
I have not. I thought about it, but I never pulled the trigger on it.
You should try that, and then don't scare away from it at first because it's gonna feel different because it's gonna be a lot stiffer. But oh, it's so much better.
That's
I
probably
would
about the only thing I haven't got, so
I would
might be
recommend
worth
trying it out. I mean, they're cheap.
try it out.
They're cheap, yeah. But I actually have the brake performance kit still sitting back there, but I've never put it on.
It's an adjustment. Once you put all that stuff in to make it really stiff, you got to go into the software and readjust, all your 0 points and 100% and all that. Once you get it right, it's pretty good. I didn't think I would like a stiff pedal, but I do.
Do you think
Worked
it
out
helps
worked
on
out
like road courses or short tracks?
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it's like mainly at road courses because you wouldn't believe how much you can control. Uh, you could really feel the lockup points and you just barely, just have to back off the pedal just a little bit to release release the wheels,
Hmm.
and it makes a big difference for me. It's all personal preference, so you know, wouldn't hurt to try it. See what happens.
Yeah, I might have to try it out. I got it sitting back there. I might as well try it out. I don't want to make
I
like
think,
a rig change like mid-season right now.
yeah, I would kind of just hold on to what you got for a few more weeks.
What do you
Yeah.
mean mid-season? You're a champion, bro. Change
I
it up.
mean,
Spend that money. Come
things
on,
are
what?
you just want to beat me on Friday nights. That's what it is.
Listen, I don't need you to do anything different for me to beat you on Friday night, there,
Oh
sweetie.
Lord.
That's straight up.
Well, all right, we've kind of got to our hour mark here. So, Devin, thanks for joining us. You want to thank your sponsors? Thank anybody?
Yeah, just thank
Oh,
pretty much all you guys at NASRA and for really putting on a good product, and it's fun, it's growing, it's nice to see people tuning in, slowly, viewership going up. It's nice to be getting some exposure, and for anyone out there new watching, tune in. We always have the Friday night, that's the real popular one, but you also got Monday, what was it, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever you said, the late model series too. I might actually have to step into that myself.
That's pretty fun, man.
fun,
That-
man.
Pretty fun.
It
I
is
like to drive
fun.
something beside a truck. Like to do something beside a truck every once in a while.
Yeah, I do believe there's a don't shoot me if I'm revealing information here that I shouldn't reveal, but there's supposedly a Gen 4 Cup or Gen 4 League possibly starting up on Wednesday nights in the near future.
Hopefully, I mean it sounds fun. You just gotta hope you have um
The
everybody
people.
knows what you get into. You gotta have the people, and then the people knowing what to expect when you go into the Gen 4 stuff.
Yeah, I hope it's the higher horsepower ones,
I think you
honestly.
should change that up to the 87s, man. I feel like we get a crew in the
That'd be
87s.
fun too.
I mean,
Yeah,
we haven't
those are
tried those yet. I feel like that's the only thing we have not tried is the 87s. Well, not the only thing we haven't tried, but
I would love to have a nice league in the 87s, man. That sounds cool.
what if we just got a
Yeah,
bunch
that
of guys that ran the freaking Mazda Miatas?
I was just
Man.
thinking,
The
I love
MX-5s?
road course racing, but I know we couldn't get no road course, no GT3 series, and I love driving that stuff. But I was like, I don't think the people we have is more into the. I mean, it's hard enough getting everybody to show up at the road courses,
I
let
would do it
alone
even
have
if
a
I
series.
sucked.
They're fun to do,
I mean,
It's just
the only way you get
Hey
better at
guys,
the road course is you do it.
have you guys ever, just because we're throwing stuff out there, I'm not throwing this out there for a league thing or anything, but have you guys ever went to that Mount panorama or whatever. What's that?
Mile
The
High
the hill
Racing.
climb, the hill climb.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
started at the top with a open wheel. What is it? A V? What is that
The
thing,
Formula
man?
V.
Is it a Formula V?
is
Yes,
it a
and then you just cut it off and do like a soapbox car down the mountain.
yeah, the Formula
Oh
V. Yeah, it looks just
You
like
ever,
a
you
soapbox
ever did
car.
that,
Yeah.
Adam?
no, I
Just
want
let
to
it
try it
just
now.
let it coast, bro. Do a soapbox race all the way down to
I
the
want
bottom, bro.
to do it
It
now.
is so fun. Let's do it tonight before we go to bed, dog.
Okay, we'll do it right after this.
All right, Devin, you coming?
Dude, that does sound good, but man,
It's so
I got
fun,
the
man.
kid. That does sound really fun. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna load up tomorrow and do that.
Just like I said, you just see who can get the best time. It's hard to actually get to the bottom, really, in all reality, but you just see who gets the best time and never hitting any, obviously no gas because the car's off.
I actually watched it was a Red Bull video or something like that with I think it was Travis Pastrana or Ken Block, one of them. One of them real good, drifting, rallycross kind of guys. It did the world record, up that mountain, and it's just insane watching that video.
Mm.
Yeah,
And there's no guardrail or nothing in a lot of that section. If you go off, that's it.
yeah, I've seen clips of that video for sure.
I want to see that.
Yeah, it's
Well,
pretty
all
wild.
right.
Oh,
We'll go
all
ahead
right,
and wrap it
fellers.
up here. Thank y'all for tuning in, listening. Again, as always, this is NASRA 360 Weekly Podcast. Catch us next week, Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Don't miss the regular season finale for Triple M Pool and Truck Series this Friday night at 9 o'clock. Tuesday night, we're racing a late model series again. We got a couple weeks off for the Monday night series, a couple till we start the new season. And yeah, hope y'all have a
Congrats
good one.
again to Adam Newbert, man. Championship, bro. Big time, big time. Thanks for coming, Devin.
Yeah, anytime.
All right, guys.
Peace.
We'll see y'all later.